Hey, this is Matias with Toast, here with another installation video for you. Today we're going to take this boring PS5 Slim and wrap it in a real wood toast cover. So included with your toast kit will be a detailed instruction card showing you all of the alignment points and how to get it installed perfectly. You also, from Toast, you'll get some alcohol wipes so you can properly clean your PS5 before installing the cover. And a couple things you'll want, a rag for wiping the PS5 down after the alcohol, and a pencil for alignment. So in the Toast kit, the main body kit, there's a lot of options of the PS5. You're going to have parts to wrap the center section, all these panels to go on the sides, because there's all the 4 different big panels on the new PS5 Slim. There's also going to be some button covers and a little disk drive piece. And then there's options to add a bottom cover. This covers the bottom if you have a horizontal setup for it. And then there's an inner trim kit, which is a whole bunch of parts designed to wrap the inner side of the white panels. What we'll do is we'll start with the main kit and then we'll work into some of the options. So you're going to start out by cleaning the PS5. You want to get it nice and clean so that the wood's going to have a good bond on there. And you get several alcohol wipes, so we'll go one stage at a time. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to install on the center section. So we'll grab an alcohol wipe and just get all the sort of grease and fingerprints off of that. And then you're going to grab your rag and then just dry it off. So the center sections are these long skinny pieces and then this transition piece. So we're going to start with the bottom piece, and what you can see is that this one goes over the buttons and the USB ports. So that's going to be your alignment. So it's going to go there and then just up the front of it. So when you're ready, we'll peel off the backing paper. Align this really nicely over the buttons so that you get a nice even gapping. And I like to just run my fingers along the edges to kind of line it up, and then press it in the middle, that concave section. So that's the main front face there, and then there's this transition piece that goes in here. So this is all scored to kind of wrap into this concave section of the body here. So what you're going to do is you're going to kind of push it in there and then just work the wood down. You see how all those shapes and cutouts and curves fold into themselves to match the shape in there, and you can just give it a good press with your finger. And then we have the top piece that's just going to take off where the last one let off, take on where the last one let off, and complete the top. So peel off the backing paper, line it up here, get it nice on the sides, and then press it down into that middle, and then just wrap it, rolling my fingers along the edge. Super easy. So that's the beginning bit. That's the easy part. So then we have the main panels here. So again, we're going to grab an alcohol wipe, and this one's still wet. We're going to clean the panel off. So then we're going to find the panel that matches with that. So it's going to be one of these 2 smaller panels. That one. So it's going to match to there. What you're going to do is just line the corners up nice and tight to that, and then lay the panel on, or lay this onto the panel. I'm going to match that corner so it's like nice and flush along that front edge down to the other corner. Oops. Once those are good, then you can press it down on the rest of it. we're going to flip it over and do the other side. Again, test it first before, so you see how it's going to line up. Again, line up to those corners. And lay it on there. And then we're going to do the other side, the main flat panel here. So again, we're gonna test before applying. All right, so we got 2/3 of the way there. The last is just the last super tricky piece here because of all this curvature. So this one, we're actually going to start. So we've got from the main kit here, what we have left here is we've got a button card. We've got this goes in the CD slot or disk drive slot, the front piece, and then this piece that goes all up. So what we're going to do is we're going to first insert this disk drive slot piece. So what it is it's cut to bend, so it's going to fold and fit into there. So what we're going to do is peel off the backing paper, and you're going to kind of stick it in there, and you want it kind of flush with that edge there, and then push this one in as well, just so it's nice and flush on that front edge. It trims out the inside of that plastic there. Then we're going to do this piece, so let's rotate it around maybe. And this one, all these cuts and everything to allow it to take to that curvature here. So the alignment's going to be this front edge and in here, and then we're going to work this area and then work the really complex part. So start by peeling off the backing paper. And we're going to line up this front edge first. Is that corner good? So now that we've got the front edge along here, nice, we're just gonna work this wood to fit to the shape in here. And then we've got all these parts, we're just gonna flex the wood into place here. And you can see how it comes together to seal up around that and take to that shape there. And you can kind of push it a little bit, or scrunch it in there to get it to take that form. So then the last piece fills in all the last gaps here. So a couple things to note is it's got the cutouts for these raised figures here, but what we're going to do is we're going to start on this corner, lay it down, and then work it into the cover and eventually over the end. So if you want, you can do it partially to start. And what we'll do is lined up nicely on that edge, on the little raised figures. push the wood in here. Roll it down, and then it meets up nicely with the Alright, and the last little bit of the main cover. Last little bit of the main cover is a little button cover that goes on the eject button. So just peel off the backing paper, see how this button card comes out. Yeah, and if the wood's not quite lined up, you can kind of shift it a little bit with your fingers. Give it room, press it in there. So that's the main body, the standard kit for PS5 Slim. Then there's optional add-ons to cover the inner trim and to cover the bottom cover in case it's, say you're doing a horizontal mount and you want to cover this over. So we'll start with that. We'll show you how to do the bottom cover first. So it's 2 parts, as you can see, designed to fit right over the existing the shapes there. So I'm gonna grab another alcohol wipe. So we'll start with this piece, so you can just test it and see it just kind of fits right into the shape there. All the vents are fully accessible, and you can still use the vertical stand even with this cover on there. So there you go. So if it's set up horizontally, now you got that face covered as well. So so that's the base kit for the PS5 Slim. Toast does offer a inner trim kit to finish off all the rest of this white here, so that you can really hide those white panels. This is a much more advanced installation, so because you need to remove the panels off of your PS5 to access that inner section. So first step is to remove the panels, and then we'll put them back on afterwards. So the tricky bit, or the thing to know about removing the panels, is you want the face of it away from you. So the buttons and the stuff are in the front. I'm looking at the back of it here. And then you're just gonna, on the face of it, you're just gonna lift up slightly and it'll pop the panel off like that. So it's the same for both. Move the panel off, and then we can flip this over. Again, I've got the face and the buttons away from me. Pop the panel up. And then the same thing with the disk drive. Pulls the panel off. So we'll set this aside. So now we've got to cover, and then we've got a whole set of inner trim pieces to go into them. So first step actually is with the toast cover, there's tiny little tick marks that are lasered into the front panels. You only see them if you really look for them. So there's a little laser tick mark. There's 2 on each panel. There should be 2 on each panel. And what I'm going to do is just draw where that tick mark is on the white, so I can use that for alignment. So then there's one here. Okay. So then we're going to start with the panel that has the PS5 cutout on the back of the panel. And then we're going to grab the corresponding, these are all numbered. So there's 1, 2, and there's another 1, 2 matching this one. So just find the matching set here. There we go. So these are the 1, 2 panels. So this one goes here, this one goes here. See, it kind of follows the shape of it overall. So the alignment is basically using that tick mark, and when there's a transition between like this textured plastic and then the smooth plastic, is also good alignment. That looks like a good clean overhang all around, and I can go and roll the panel up. Make sure that looks good. And then the second piece is easier. It just matches up to the first one. So yeah, I get them both corners lined up, and then check and see that there's a good even spacing there. Roll the plastic over, or roll the wood onto the plastic. So, and then to help set the corners, what I like to do is just kind of push down a little bit on those edges. Helps set the adhesive on there. So that's one panel done. Set that aside. We'll take the other small panel and we'll grab the parts for that. I believe are 3 and 4. That. You can see we've got our tick mark here, tick mark on there. So we'll start with this guy. That's panel number 2. Then we've got our long panel here. Let's try this one. That's right. So number 5 and 6. And here we've got a tick mark here and that transition in the texture. So as our alignment point. Alright, and one last panel to do. This is the disk drive. So we've got 2 panels for here, like so. And here we've actually got the shape of the plastic, which is a great alignment point for to start this one. So just line it up with plastic edge here. Setting that down here, just And our very last piece. Alright. Alright, so we've got our panels are fully wrapped now. All these guys. So we'll grab our PS5 again and start loading back up. So again, you're going to have the backs and the vents facing you, the buttons facing away from you. What we're going to do is we're going to grab, there's hooks on the side facing you here. So you're going to drop it in so the hooks slot into the holes here. The disk drive one's a little different. And then let's see, we got this side, so these hooks again, so the hooks go down in. Pops in, flip it over this way so the vents are facing us. And there we go. So fully wrapped. Everything you could possibly cover in wood here. Side panels, the center section, the inner trim, and even the bottom. These covers are available in 5 different wood choices, as well as endless different options to customize your PS5, PS5 Slim, all at toastme.com.